My name is Dr. Roberta Woodgate, and I'm a professor at the College of Nursing at the University of Manitoba. I worked with a number of researchers and practitioners on a study that aimed to understand how families of children with complex care needs participate in everyday life. And their needs involved a variety of needs, including physical, behavioral, and other disabilities. Families in our study voiced that they had a life. It is a different life, but it's a life that they wouldn't trade. Having a life requires appropriate supports, and without those supports, as we heard from many families in our study, life for them and their children was not always what it could be.
Basically what stopped me from essentially giving up because of my disability was just like all the support, and it's not going to get better if I just sit there, so why not make the most of what you can when you can, you know? I don't know, I always look at things just like there's got to be a way to do this, like let's figure it out, instead of like, oh, I can't do that, never mind, let's change it. Even though it's not the exact same, it may be a modified version of whatever, but it's still, there is always a way. So to me, having a life means to not only be included in like a community or a group or have friends, but also be accepted in it for like you, not have to change or just because you're different.
Having a life means having choices, being able to run with those choices, being social, being part of something bigger than just you. And I think for someone with physical challenges, that's really important, that they feel that they belong, that they have those opportunities. And I think with Daniel and with our family, we've been able to provide, well, like we said, we lived the way we lived before he was born. We did the things we did, and we included him into our life. And
yeah, but having a life is not being defined by your physical challenges,
absolutely.
Being able to do things that everyone else does. So that's not limiting what you can do or where you can go. Or
I think our life has certainly been enhanced by having Daniel in it. Certainly he's come with his challenges, but all kids do. But he has, I guess, given us other experiences that we wouldn't have had otherwise, and people we wouldn't have met, whether it be doctors or physiotherapists or, you know, opportunities for him. He went on the Dreams Take Flight thing, like all these kinds of things, or winning tickets through rehab to go to the Jets game, those kinds of things. But some of the people that we've encountered because of Daniel have become friends of ours and have, again, enhanced our life.
Oh, definitely. Definitely my life is more fulfilling because of Dean than it ever would have been without him. I think Dean makes me a better person. I think he makes the world a better place just being in it.
I think having a life, there's many different components. There's having a family life. There's having a life in which we can have a relationship with each child separately, and then with our partner. And then I guess too, it's also important to have your own individual life, to have your own time to yourself, to rekindle your own spirit. So that's where having respite assisted us in order to be able to have that special life, that special bond with each of our other two children. But then it also allowed us to rekindle our own personal relationship together.
It would have been very easy for us to become reclusive and stay in the house and not go out and take the kids to all of the different activities and get them organized to come out to church or to go to family events out to the cottage. But it is important to try to participate as much as possible. Try and keep it as normal as you can and do the things that people do, whether that's walking or going to movies and those kinds of things as well.
Our life includes Mary. I can't imagine. Is our life allowing us to pick up and do whatever we want? Of course not. Is the trade-off worth it? Absolutely. What she adds to our life is immeasurable. It's indescribable. She's got such courage and such, you know, if you ever start to pity yourself, I don't have a life, poor me. Oh, please, my child, look at what she deals with. Look how happy she is. Look how brave she is. Look how loving she is. What do I have to complain about? I know we all do complain, and I have been complaining here, but you have a life. It's just a very different life. It's not the life your friends have, and most of it has to do with ability to do spontaneous things or leave. I'm not leaning Mary. I know some people, they do, and their kids are okay with that, but I just don't think that Mary would understand if I was gone, if one of us wasn't here. How could you explain to her what happened to her parents? I don't think you could, but we're lucky. We're both employed. We have each other, and I think it's very difficult if you're not working, you're home all day with your child, you can't get employment, especially if you have other children. You may not know respite, they may not give you respite or may not give you what you're entitled to, and if they do, you may not have any money to spend it on because you can't get a job in the first place. That would be very difficult. Like, we are so lucky. And not everyone is as lucky as we have been. But we do have a life. It's just a very different life. I wouldn't try it, though.